How much dwelling coverage do you really need on your homeowner's insurance policy? Because here's the hard truth. Most Georgia homeowners have either too much or too little, and both of those could end up costing you money. Today, I'm going to explain exactly how dwelling coverage works, how to figure out your number, and why this is one of the parts of your policy you absolutely cannot afford to get wrong. I'm Frank with Iron Legacy Insurance. Let's get into it. The number one misunderstanding I always see with homeowners is they think that their dwelling coverage should match their home's market value, what their house would sell for on the open market. That's wrong. Your dwelling coverage should be based on your replacement cost, what it would cost to rebuild your home from the ground up at today's construction costs using similar materials and quality. And those two numbers, market value and replacement cost, are often very different. Your market value includes the land and is very much dictated by where the property is. Your replacement cost really doesn't matter when it comes to location factors. Your land doesn't burn down. In some parts of Georgia, the land might be worth more than the structure. So basing your coverage on market value would mean you're overinsured and overpaying. In other areas, especially where construction costs have skyrocketed, your replacement cost might actually be higher than your market value. And if you're using market value, you're underinsured. The point is, market value is irrelevant to your dwelling coverage. Replacement cost is the only number that matters. Now let's talk about the 80% rule. This is where it gets really important. Most homeowners policies have something called a co-insurance clause, sometimes called the 80% rule. Here's how it works. Your insurance company expects you to insure your home for at least 80% of its replacement cost. If you don't, if you're underinsured below that threshold, they will penalize you on every claim, even partial claims. Let me give you a real example. Say your home's rebuild cost is $400,000. 80% of that is $320,000. Your dwelling coverage is set at $250,000. Well below that 80% mark, and you have a $50,000 kitchen fire. You're not getting $50,000. Insurance company is going to apply a penalty. This is the co-insurance clause. They'll calculate the ratio of what you had versus what you should have had, and they'll reduce your payout accordingly. You could end up getting $30,000 or $40,000 on a $50,000 claim, and you're paying the rest out of pocket, and you got to pay your deductible too. This is why getting the dwelling coverage number right isn't just important, it's the foundation of everything else in your policy. So let's talk about how to calculate it. How do you figure out the right number? There are online replacement cost estimators. Some of them are decent. They'll ask you about the square footage of your home, some of the home's features like the foundation type, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, what kind of roof does the house have and foundation, exterior siding type, finish grade, among other things. Here's the problem. They're just estimating. They don't know about your custom kitchen. They don't know you replaced all the plumbing last year. They don't know about all the unique architectural features and the high-end materials that you choose, and they definitely don't account for local labor costs, which can vary. An online calculator might tell you your home costs $150 a square foot to rebuild, but your actual number could be $220. On a 2,000 square foot home, that's a $140,000 gap. That's real money. This is where I'll be direct with you. This is one of those areas where you really do need a human, an experienced agent who understands Georgia construction costs, who's going to ask you the right questions about your house to understand the house that we're actually covering. There's no one-size-fits-all approach to this. It's very much unique to the individual and the policy and the property that we're covering. A real licensed insurance agent is going to use a professional grade tool to get an accurate replacement cost estimate. I can explain the concept, a chatbot can give you definitions, but neither of them can look at your specific home, specific market, your specific improvements, and give you a recommendation based on what you individually need. That takes expertise. Here's the bottom line. Your dwelling coverage is the most important number on your entire homeowner's insurance policy. If it's wrong, everything downstream is wrong. Your other structures are wrong, your personal property is wrong, and you're exposed. Now, once you've got the right dwelling amount, the next decision is how your claim gets paid, and that comes down to replacement cost versus actual cash value. That's a huge choice, and it's what we'll cover in the next video. Watch that one next, and if you want us to run an accurate replacement cost estimate on your home, no charge, no obligation, book a coverage review. It takes about 20 minutes, and you'll know exactly where you stand. I'm Frank Warren with Iron Legacy Insurance. We'll see you in the next one.